everybody. Spencer is not here. You're stuck with me. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin. This is That Happens. Oh, look, Spencer is coming back right now. Hey, Spencer, how are you doing tonight?
Good. Did you have a good, did you do a good intro bit, or was there a bit, or was it just straight?
Oh, it was the funniest bit. You're gonna kick yourself. You missed it. It was the best.
Oh my God. I'm kicking myself right now. That sucks because it sounds like you didn't actually do a bit.
No, I didn't. You came back too quickly, but that's okay.
All right. Play it again. We're going to start again. Welcome to the Munkle Hour, the only hour dedicated to mummy uncles. I'm your host, Tomb Master Crittenden, and joined by me is the Crypt Keeper, the Kevin Day. Kevin Knight is more like it, am I right, folks?
Spooky
stuff. But yeah, so okay, sorry Rob, but what did you start the show with? Were you just like, did you say welcome to That Happens? Did you say, hey folks, it's me, Kevin, Spencer's getting soda?
Yes, that's pretty much exactly what I said. Yeah.
Did you say welcome to That Happens or no?
I did. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious. I don't know. You know, when you're not, the thing is, if you're not involved with something, you don't know what's going on. And when I'm not involved in something, I'm always super curious. And joined by us, me and the Crypt Master, the Blast Master, the Task Master, the Ab Blaster, is a creative. He's a comic artist and creator from my childhood. I read his comics when I was a young one, and I watched his show when I was a young one, and I met him, and then like maybe a year later or so, I realized that he did those things, and then I was like, wait, what? That's crazy. And why didn't I connect those dots earlier? But yeah, Rob's here. What's up, Rob?
Hey, how you doing? Can you guys see me?
I think so. Yeah.
Can somebody see me? I don't know. Maybe I got the wrong view on here. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So if you go up to the view,
yeah. Okay. Oh man.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is the first time I'm doing this, man. Hey.
When we start the show, Kevin pins, the host so that like if another person chortles or something, they don't, So then that makes your view get messed up. So then it has to be manually corrected.
Love it.
So yeah, that's just some behind the scenes stuff. I want the fans to know. I want the Schrab Home Discord to know.
What a week.
What a week.
What a week.
What about it?
What a week. Ray Liotta died. Here, like I was supposed to be on last week, and I apologize for not being on last week, but I had COVID. I got COVID at Harmon's girlfriend Cody's birthday party. Dan and I both got COVID. We were, and it was like the first week of Rick and Morty season 8 writers' room. We were there one day, and then we were both taken out for the rest of the week. And I was very, very sick the entire time. And what I did, you might think this is interesting. This is or I'm curious. I want to ask you this. I want, because I value your opinion.
Sure.
I purposely stayed away from all media for a week because I was sick. I didn't like sit and watch movies or listen to podcasts or anything like that, or wasn't on my phone. I purposely stared at the ceiling for like 5 days. Didn't do anything because I wanted a dopamine detox because I felt myself just being obsessed with my phone, obsessed with the news, obsessed with just stupid bullshit or whatever, and I just wanted to kind of erase that. And then this week, I did the same thing again. I mean, I've been watching movies and stuff like that, but I haven't been on Instagram or Twitter, or I haven't been keeping up on the news because it was just, I'm looking for stuff to piss me off.
Sure.
And I don't want that anymore in my life. So I missed the school shooting. I missed Ray Liotta dying, and I'm not saying those are equal at all. I missed like so much stuff. I'm only hearing it through the writer's room and like talking to you yesterday and stuff. So I have very little going on. I'm more creative than I have been in a while. Like I haven't drawn in forever. And then like after I stopped having COVID, I sat all day and was drawing stuff for Rick and Morty. But is that irresponsible to just be an ostrich and stick your head in the ground?
Yeah, I think it's really bad to prioritize your personal mental health over being plugged in 100% of the time to the corporate media. Yes.
Oh, shit. Then I feel great, but now I don't.
That's the problem. No one should feel great. And I'll tell you why. Because we created this planet, and we didn't create the planet. We created this society, and it's awful. It's a society that is barely, it's a society in name only. Like there's a social contract, and every power group in the social contract has betrayed that social contract, but they still expect us to hold our end of the bargain.
Who are they?
Who are they?
Yeah, they expect us to uphold the
government, the rich people, corporations, all the power groups that control how society functions, the media, tech companies, all of these people. They're like, they want us to abide by the rules and stuff. I don't know. I'm starting to get, it's not that I get mad when people break the social contract, but I'm starting to understand it more, because it's like, well, if it's not going to do anything for us, it's just pissing people off. Like, obviously no one should litter and stuff. No. But if like you go around knowing that cops will just shoot you and then let you die and then arrest people for trying to help you, why not litter? Who cares? Like burn the whole fucking planet down. It doesn't matter. There's no reason to have a collective spirit when the collective spirit doesn't serve anyone but the very powerful. I don't know. That's a weird tangent to start off with. I think it's good. I think it's great. The idea that you're more creative is really awesome.
I have a theory that and I noticed this, like, the minute I joined Instagram, specifically Instagram, because I'm more of an Instagram guy than a Twitter guy. Going on Instagram, and I follow a lot of artists, and I follow a lot of like effects people and things like that. And so I'm just scrolling through art, and I'll go, "Wow, that's cool, heart. That's great, heart. Oh, beautiful, heart." I'll even write a comment. That's gorgeous. That's great. And I have a theory that I'm like satiating a thing in my brain that if it wasn't satiated by Instagram, I would draw it myself. Why draw it or why create it if I'm looking at it already? I'm already enjoying it. Because the thing that I did when I first started drawing is like I'm drawing stuff because I want to see it. But if I'm looking online, I can see something that I think is cool, and now I don't have to draw. And so I stopped looking at Instagram, and I started drawing again, coincidentally. And usually, like for the last couple of years, I would be like, draw, and then bail on a drawing. Like draw, and just like bail. But like the weekend after COVID was like not slowly killing me, I just drew for 5 hours straight, and it was really, really exciting and fun. And I got greedy about it, and I did it again without being sick this week. But I don't know what's going on in the world, and I feel irresponsible because if you're not paying attention, the world is falling apart, And I'm like, but I don't know. I feel irresponsible and very privileged but I don't know. I was just getting so bummed out and sad about the state of the world.
Yeah, well, the state of the world is bad. It's good to feel bad about it. And again, we built this world, and we don't deserve to feel good because the world we built is destroying itself. We should all feel very bad about that, and our continued inaction should make us feel bad. But, that aside, I think,
I'm
it's
glad
not helpful.
I showed up. I'm glad I tuned
obviously,
in today. Yeah.
obviously part of social media that I don't think enough people respect is the addictive aspect of it, and it's a really bad addiction.
It's the dopamine addiction. You're looking for something. I'm a big fan. My beginning of my addiction is like I'm trying to find something that no one has ever seen before. And I want to find something that is just behind the corner, underneath the box, just something like a movie, a TV show, a thing that is just like no one's ever heard before. And I'm always looking for it. That's why I'm buying constantly movies and DVDs and VHS and all that other stuff. I'm looking for this stuff like that. And the internet is made for me, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter. I'm always looking because it's just a scroll away. And I'm literally having this argument in my mind. You need to quit. You've been on this way too long. But what if the next scroll is the perfect thing, is the thing that I've always been wanting? And occasionally I'm right.
Right.
Occasionally
well, that's the
I'm
thing.
right.
The closest analog is to gambling, because you're gambling for a serotonin hit, a dopamine hit, like you said. And sometimes you get an adrenaline rush from seeing something you're pissed. And I think that combined kind of amping yourself up and then like hoping for the next jackpot and stuff, it creates this hyper addictive system that I think is really insidious and dangerous. Rob, do you have ADD? I can't remember.
I probably do. I don't think I've been officially diagnosed, but it's very difficult for me to concentrate on anything unless I'm stoned or whatever. Reading is really difficult. I have to force myself to read. But I will say, after a week of jumping off and checking out, reading is a lot easier. It's so much easier. Like, I would recommend a dopamine detox once a week for everybody that's listening right now. It's just like, check out. Like I was just doing some research on this because I was just like, we've had this conversation before where you just kind of laying around and you go, I don't want to do anything. Yes, I could write a script that I could make into a movie. Yes, I could work on a short in my garage. Yes, I could draw a comic book. Yes, I could do all these things that I promised myself I would before I died. And I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get up. I don't want to clean. I don't want to do anything. And so I was doing all this research, and the idea is with a dopamine detox is, don't eat junk food. Don't look at pornography. Stay offline. You can journal. You can go for a walk. But the point is to make yourself bored on purpose. Lay in your bed and look at the ceiling until doing anything, whether it's washing the dishes or writing a note to yourself, gives you a dopamine rush. So I would recommend this. It almost should be mandatory. Like, students should be taught. This is just like, we are going to have a dopamine detox for one day, just one day where you're offline. You're not going to miss anything. And if you do, somebody will tell you. Believe me, somebody will tell you. I mean,
there's a book that's about like breaking up with your phone or whatever, and it's like, start just one day, put it into a drawer or something, and don't take it out. And
Kate puts it in a safe.
A good book. Yeah,
like it's a time lock safe that is just like, you can't pick this up for 8 hours. You'll be okay. We had answering machines. We didn't have email at one time, and the world did not collapse. You'll be all right. If there's an emergency, you will find out like soon enough. They'll find a way. So I would say detox is the best. And so that's what I did when I got COVID, where I was like bedridden and near death. I was like, I am going to force myself to be the most bored I possibly could. And I refused to look at my phone or watch a movie or listen to music. I just stared at the ceiling for 4 days straight. And it worked.
Yeah, the thing about ADD, I've learned a lot recently about ADD, but apparently one of the big things, and this isn't part of like what people have taught traditionally, is that you don't have, I think dopamine or maybe serotonin. I want to say dopamine. You don't have average levels of dopamine, which is similar to sometimes being depressed. But dopamine is essentially your car's ignition switch. Like it's what drives your executive function, your ability to make and stick to plans, and just getting tasks done. You can know something needs to be done and you just won't be capable of doing it because you don't have this chemical that is a big reason that people are motivated. It codes for motivation. And so ADD people, they adhere to a lot of these dopamine hit addictions because just getting a little gas can sometimes give you what you need to get going, but then you get addicted to it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to actually get going. You want to keep just feeding yourself dopamine because again, your whole life is going to be very deprived of this, and your body craves it and needs it. So yeah, I don't know. But also, when I got surgery, I was like bedridden, and I didn't want to watch anything or look at my phone or anything. It was weird. It was like because I was feeling like shit. It's like I just didn't want to see anything. Like I was feeling. I guess maybe I was just like too bummed, and it's like I don't deserve anything or whatever. But it's like I just didn't even.
What is that? What is that? That I go through that all the time. I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to be successful. Like, where does that come from?
I think it probably comes from ADD too.
Probably,
if you imagine you don't have dopamine.
It's that self-destructive voice in your head that is just like going, "You're not good enough. Stop it."
It's called shame spiraling, which is an
shame,
ADD thing.
Oh my God, shame spiraling it's like shame is really a powerful crippling thing. Because like, how many times have you been in a room? I mean, you're a very clever person. I will admit that I'm a clever. I'm paid to be clever. So, but how many times have you been in a room where somebody says something to you like a zinger or whatever, just like a playful put down, let's say, and your brain goes blank. You have nothing, like going, oh my God, I mean, if I was comfortable, I could say something. But I should say something, like a comeback or, oh, you got me or whatever, but your brain goes blank. That's the thing that freaks me out about it. And that's all about shame spiraling, is like somebody goes, well, you're kind of an idiot. And you just like go, you just nothing. Your brain goes blank. You don't go, yeah, I am an idiot. Or no, why would you do that to me? Or what? Like, I don't know. Do you go through that where your brain just like goes blank? You're a very creative person. I feel I'm a creative person. Why does that happen to us? Why do we go blank? Like, just
this might be a little bit. It might be a little bit different than what you're talking about, but I go through that a lot of times. My adrenaline just like spikes, and then I just can't think or even see straight. Like, it's all I can do to like not cry and stuff. And I think for me, at least, that's what in another, like, everything we're talking about is ADD stuff, but this is ADD, what's a thing called rejection sensitivity, which is just the slightest thing, not even negative, something ambivalent that could be seen as negative, even if you get a good sense that they're probably not intending it in a negative way. It just like, it flares you up like to the max. And I think that kicks off a lot of shame spirals too. And so I think you just get paralyzed. And so that's how I feel that. I don't know if that's relatable.
It's really, it'll keep me up at night. It'll make me so sad and depressed. I remember one time I was on Community. I was directing an episode. It was one of the first, it might've been like Basic Lupine. It was the Dick Wolf like episode, the Law and Order episode. It was like the first one, and like the spotlight was on me because it's like, does he deserve to be here, or is he just here because he's a friend of Dan's? Whatever,
sure,
And I've met the cast before, and they're lovely, and they all were on my side. They wanted me to win, and they were the fucking best. But I was like, I remember. Like standing next to Jim Rash, and for some reason he was wearing a gray shirt, I was wearing a gray shirt. I was wearing glasses. He was wearing glasses. Joel McHale says, "Hey, you guys look alike." And it was like a playful zing, whatever. And that's what Joel does. If he likes you, he gives you shit. But I remember looking at him and opening up my mouth and going, I should say something. Because if I don't say something, these people are going to lose faith in me as a director and as a person in charge. And I had nothing. My brain went blank. And I went up into my office after it, and I was just like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I have no self-worth. I can't even speak to these people. You know, I don't deserve to be here. And I don't know what happened, but after that, you know, I found it in myself to get my strength back and just go in there and go, I don't have to have a zinger. I don't have to have a comeback. I should just like nod and go, yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, he's bald, I'm bald. We have glasses. That's all you have to do to connect the dots. And I was able to kind of get over that crippling. It was really, I mean, like, and then it goes into a spiral. Like, I'm so pathetic. This thing that was like not a bad thing. He wasn't. He was actually trying to welcome me into the group by giving me shit.
And there's a really insulting way. Yeah, there's a really insulting way you can say someone looks like another person, but it sounds like he just said, "Hey,
I mean, Jim Rash is a gorgeous man, and he dresses better than I do." And I mean, like, if I was Jim Rash, I'd be like, "What? Give me the fuck, get away from this." But you know, I was like, I had to take like a good chunk of time alone, and I went home and I was like, Kate, I'm just really, I hate myself. I picked the wrong business. I should go back to comic books. I can't do this. But at the same time, then I directed one of my favorite things I've ever done, which was the Law and Order episode of Community, which, I'm sorry, I think it all
was that the Ass Crack Bandit?
No. This is a different
earlier
one. But I think it was the same season. But it was it was the Law and Order episode, and I really was proud of that episode. I'm still proud of that episode. I still think it's one of the best things I've ever directed. So I was able to dig myself out, but I hated myself so much the entire time that I have to dig myself out of the ground. And Joel, if he knew that I was that hurt by it, would be so bummed out. He would be like,
right.
Rob, I think you're great. What are you talking about? He was the nicest guy to me. He, at the end of the rap on Friday, he was like going, you fucking killed it. This is so fun. What a great episode. It's you know, and that's all on me. That's all on me. And I hate that self about me. And I'm always trying to improve myself and eliminate that self from me. But it's hard. It's really hard. I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but I feel like it's your nervous system.
It just flares up. Yeah. Well, you know, Joel has, at least in my opinion, Joel has such tremendous warmth to him. It just suffuses like everything that he goes through. He makes you feel really good.
He makes you want him to like you. He makes you so much. I want him to like me so bad because he's 10 feet tall. He's gorgeous. He's really funny. He's a great guy. And his joke of choice is giving you shit. So he's a big
especially
brother.
For your appearance or clothes. Like that's where he goes all the time.
Yeah. And so of course I think he picks up on the fact that I'm insecure about certain things, and then he just kind of that's his way of saying, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Just make a good episode. I don't care. You know, and he's no. I really that whole week was like probably one of my proudest moments ever. But it was also like a dark moment. Like I was like going, I need to be on some kind of medication. I have to go into some really intense therapy. I can't live like this anymore. This is like suicidal depression. I can't handle this. I have to get out of this business or figure it out. And and that kind of began like a big string of of me actually doing really well as a director, TV wise, and led up to other things.
So, so when I have situations like that, I feel like everyone's thinking about it as much as I am, or like close to as much as I am. So it's like, 100%. If I go back, he's either gonna be like, wow, you were such a baby, or he'll be like treating me with kid gloves and stuff. Is that you kind of went through that too, where it's like, how do I show my face? And then in reality, no one cares or even remembers.
I mean, like, look, when we're trying to be funny, we go with the first thing that comes to our head. We try to sell it, and sometimes it bails, and then sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does. Sometimes, but it's all about timing, and the quicker you can get it out, the better. So, I mean, he might have said like, what he might have walked away going, that wasn't the best joke, or what was this? What was I trying to do there? That doesn't even make any sense. Of course they look alike. Duh. There could have been so many things going on in everybody's head. I mean, like, the one person that didn't say anything was Jim, who was standing next to me, who probably was like going, am I based off of Rob? What's I mean, like this is Dan's life that he wrote. I mean, like, that's an interesting thing. Like, should I treat this guy differently because I'm based off of him? And no, I mean, like, I don't know. It's one of a billion things that happens every week to me where I'm like, why am I not better at this? I'm this old. I'm how come I still haven't figured it out? And the thing is like, you're constantly are figuring it out, and you are getting better. Like, if it happened to me today, I would react better. I might have, but I don't think I would have been as crippling depressed as I was, there. Like, I was darkly depressed, and it was so stupid, but it had nothing to do with what was said. It was my reaction to it, my disappointment of not being perfect. And because I was like going, why couldn't you have said the funniest thing in the world? If you would have, everybody would have loved you. The point is, they already liked you. You were already welcomed from the starting line. I don't know. It's something that I think you understand better than a lot of my friends. That just that awkwardness, that awkwardness where you're just like going, I'm so sick of being awkward in a social situation. When is it ever going to be over with? When is it going to stop?
Yeah, I think it's rejection sensitivity. I think ADD people get it a lot worse than other people. And, I don't think I've gone a lot better since learning about this, but it helps me be kinder to myself afterwards once I'm calmed down, if that makes sense.
Yeah, being kinder to yourself is definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
It's such a challenge.
I think because when you're shame spiraling, it's hard to get out of it. It's a spiral because it's like you can't escape, But, you're a director, and I was just curious about, like, when you hit the scene, when you show up, like, is there any way you, like, set expectations? Do you, like, meet everybody?
This is the thing. If you're a director, if you're a guest director, Monday morning, you're the substitute teacher. Everybody knows each other. The writers know each other, the cast knows the writers, the cast knows the crew knows each other, blah, 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 blah. You're the only person there that nobody knows. And everybody's going to go, is this going to be a good week or is this going to be a bad week? So you've got like 5 to 10 minutes to walk in and convince them that you know what you're doing, that there's like an adult at the wheel, and you're prepared. So let's talk about that Law and Order episode. I knew that everybody was thinking the only reason I was there was because I was Dan's friend, because Dan wanted me to do episodes earlier, but it wasn't until he put his foot down and said, okay, Rob is doing an episode. And this was the episode that I was given. And I was not a Law and Order fan. There's actually a Doctor Who-esque, like Inspector Spacetime episode that I think was like either directly after mine or another one where he kind of wrote for me, and it just, the scheduling didn't work out or whatever, and somebody else did it or something. And so I was given the Law and Order episode. Not only was I given the Law and Order episode, I was given like the Law and Order episode that was the day after New Year's. So they said, okay, it's a day after New Year's. So New Year's was on a Monday. You start Tuesday. You have to shoot this whole thing in 4 days. And being working on Community, that shooting one of those episodes in 7 days is, or 5 days is near impossible. But I was given the task of doing this episode in 4 days. Plus, Danny Pudi was his wife was pregnant with twins, and they were saying at any minute he's going to have to go to the hospital and be gone for the rest of the week. So I was dealing with that on top of it. So I had Christmas vacation to prepare. And so what I did was I kept reading the script, talking to Dan and Megan Gans every day, and like going, what do you want to do with this? What do you want to do this? What do you want to do this? And I was studying Law and Order because I didn't know Law and Order at all and hadn't watched a single episode. So I said, I'm going to watch every episode during Christmas vacation. And I'm going to not only watch it, but I'm going to watch it once with the sound on and once with the sound off. So I pay attention visually what's going on, and I'm making a note. And I made a list of commandments. This is what happens in Law and Order. Camera's always like this. Lighting is always like this. Actors are like this. Actors like this. So I made a list of this. And then also I was like, I'm going to do the title sequence. I'm going to take the Community theme, make it sound like Law and Order, and then I'm going to put Starburns and all of the people and everybody into the Law and Order episode. I'm going to make it look as tight as possible. I did that over Christmas vacation. So on Monday morning, when everybody shows up and I go, hey, everybody, listen up. I want to show you something. Check out what I did. And I had my iPad and I go, check this out. I cut this together last week. And it was the Law and Order title sequence, pretty much exactly what is in the episode. And everybody looked at it and went, when did you do this? This is amazing. This is great. And everybody went, oh, we're going to do Law and Order exactly like Law and Order. And I was like, yes, we want to make Dick Wolf watch this and go, when did we do this? I don't remember making this episode. So that was the goal. And then everybody like jumped into it. Like Yvette was like the very next day came in totally prepared and was just like, this is my paintball, because I love Law and Order and I love this type of acting. And we had one of the, I forgot her name, unfortunately, but one of the actual Law and Order actresses was on the show. She was the, I don't know what she was like the doctor. I don't know what you call her or whatever like that. But but she gave us a lot. That was like day 2. And she was like going, the secret was no acting, just do your lines. And so I kept repeating that. And Megan Gans was right next to me the whole time. And we were just like working really off each other. And it was really great. It was so much fun. Everybody was just a dream. And we shot it in 4 days. And it's still one of the best things I've ever done. And I just like when I do something, especially when it's like an homage, I never phone it in. I like go, it's got to be exact. The joke is people have got to go, they did it. Right. They nailed it. This is exactly like Law and Order. And so that was the goal. And then I brought that into the other episodes I did, whether it's like G.I. Jeff, which was another like, holy shit, that was like an insane thing, which I think we talked about on Callie's show. But yeah, I mean, like, I think you weren't around during Law and Order, right? You were more around.
No, Megan Gans wasn't there when I was in like season 5 on. Right. She wasn't there.
That was just such a it's hard to believe that was 4 days, but that was such a dramatic week. And when it was done and I cut it together and I looked at it and I went, huh, okay, yeah, it looks like a Law and Order episode. That was my job. I was told to do that. And Dan, who like I think was, like legitimately nervous of like giving his friend a shot, like going, oh, okay. Like, I know you direct. I know you did the Sarah Silverman program and stuff like this, but this is my show. And everybody is like going, can he do it? Can he do it? Or whatever. And then he looked at it and he was very, very proud and very, very complimentary of it. And and that came as like a, whoa, I wasn't even expecting that.
Yeah, I think that I haven't seen too much of your process, but the few times I have seen it, preparation and research and background, prep work, it was very like it's clear that you put a ton of effort into getting it there before the first day or whatever. But
because time is free. Time is free. Beforehand. Like if. Like,
well, it's not, but yeah.
Well, for directing, like if I'm like they
don't pay you for it, so it's free for them.
But like on the weekend before any shoot that I do, I am reading the script. I'm trying to memorize the dialogue, so I can go up to an actor and go, when you come up and you go, and you do like, can you turn on this line? And then they'll go, wait a minute, you know my lines? Yeah, I know the script. Then they go, ooh, he's playing for real. I better up my game too, because I just memorized my line for this scene in the trailer, not on Community, but on other shows that I've done where people like, they're still figuring it out as they go. But if I come in and I know the script as well as they do, they, or hopefully even better, they will respect me more. That's the thing is you because I've been on sets where you show up and the actor, the DP, the writer or whatever just decided they don't like you. They don't like you. They're not going to take any information from you, any direction from you. It's the guest star just does not like you. For some reason that has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with them and their, they might like go, I'm doing a guest spot on a TV show. I used to be an Academy Award winning actor. Now look at me, I'm going to listen to this guy. Fuck him. So that's something you got to deal with. And it's that when that happens, it sucks. And you go, I don't want to ever do this again. I never want to do this again. And then when you have like an episode where everybody, like Community, everybody's on board and they're just like, Rob, what do you want to do? Let's put it together. Let's make the scene work. That's when it's magic. It's just absolute magic. And you just like go home going, I love my job. I love this show and I want to do it again.
Yeah, so I know that you guest direct a lot of stuff, but are there stuff, the Sarah Silverman program and stuff, were there places that you were the kind of director and like you were there from the beginning of the show or the beginning of the production or anything? And is it different? Do you think about it that differently? It's different.
When you're like director / executive producer, like on the Sarah Silverman program or the last season of Community, you're there every day. For every single episode, like I was on set for when Bobcat was directing, and this and that, and you look at the show as like one thing, and you're always like pitching. Like there was like a point where there was like, oh, there's no tag for this episode, and then I go to Chris McKenna and I go, you guys got a tag for this episode? And he goes, why? You got a pitch? We don't have a tag. I go, you got to do a trailer for Portuguese Gremlins. And he goes, you want to write it? I go, fuck yeah, I want to write it. I want to write it and direct it. And I wrote it and directed it. I wrote it that night and I sent it to him. And he goes, done, 100% done. And it's you. And when you're an EP director on a show, you could tweak stuff. You could tweak stuff over and over and over and over again. Past, like when you're a director for hire, you get 2 days to direct your episode, to edit your episode. But when you're an EP on the show, you can just keep. Especially on the Sarah Silverman program, it's like I'm taking as long as it takes to edit this because I got to go past the network, I got to go past Sarah, I got to go past me. I like anything we can do to keep on zhuzhing this to make it cool. Let's add some stuff. Let's do this. Let's tweak it. That's the best when it's you got one day to edit and then goodbye. I hate that because the people, and it's their show and it's their right. They come in and they look at your script, look at your edit, and they do whatever they want to it, and they don't know why you did it or whatever. And then you watch it on TV and go, "This isn't what I made," and that's a bummer. And I hate that. I'd rather not do it at all than go through that again.
Yeah, it seems like it's really painful because it could have been so easy to fix.
It's like if you drew something and you draw a picture and you love it, and then you hand it over to somebody, and then they draw over it, or they go, "I don't like this character," and they erase it out or whatever, and you open up your comic book and you go, "This isn't mine."
Yeah. I had a question about directing. I think it was about like, who do you think sets the tone the most on set? Do you think it's director? Do you think it's the talent? Or like, how, like in terms of like if it's a hostile place?
It should be the director. But I've been on sets where it's I was on one shoot, which I fucking hated more than anything, where the DP was just being a jackass. And I was like told like all week long, "Hey, by the way, the DP's kind of a jackass," by everybody. And I was like, why is the DP even here if everybody is telling me like how much of a shit is? And so I kept hearing that. And then first shot of the day, I was like, okay, we're going to do this, and then we're going to pop in and do this. Because it was just like, it's a one-sentence scene. We're not going to spend a lot of time. And he's like, "We got to turn around, brah." And I'm like, yeah, but that's going to take 45 minutes to turn around. We got a big day today. Let's just pop in and do this. Not going to work. It's like, I got like so frustrated because I was told all week long that this guy's difficult. And I wanted to take him aside, and I didn't. I would today. I wanted to take him aside and go, "Look, everybody on this set has told me that you're a pain in the ass. And this is the first shot. They're going to ask me at the end of the week, was he a pain in the ass? What do you want me to say?" If I would have approached it like that, but I didn't. I kind of went, "Well, I'm the substitute teacher. He's been here longer than me. I'm just going to let it roll. I'm going to try to do my best. I'm going to kill him with kindness." That never works. And it was like one of the worst weeks of shooting of my life. Like I definitely was like going, "I don't want to do this anymore. I do not want to do it anymore." Because I was like killing myself preparing like I do for this show that just was just being so disrespectful to when you hire a guest director, the first word is guest. Treat them like one of the family, or you're not going to get the best out of them. And there were so many other issues that had nothing to do with me that were being taken out on me because I'm the new guy and I'm going to be gone by next week. So let's take a shit on this guy.
Yeah, that's the other thing is I feel like if I were in that position, I might feel awkward about saying like, "Hey, everyone hates you," because it's like I'm out after a week and then everyone else has to live with me having aired their laundry. And it's also and
also you're a decent person. It's hard to tell somebody that people are talking shit about you behind your back. It's hard for me too, but I mean, as a friend, dude, you might be in trouble. And he got fired after me, After
yeah, so week. You could have helped
fired.
It, yeah.
I could have said, "Dude, you might be gone. You might be gone after this week," because they did ask me at the end of the week, "How'd it go?" And I said, "This was the worst experience of my career. I'm never coming back. enjoy the process. The show got canceled. He got fired. Whatever.
Yeah, so I guess that's
kept apologizing to me. But I mean, I could have saved myself maybe a lot of dread if I would have just took the guy aside and go, look, as a we're not friends, but as a team player, you know, they're going to ask me. They're going to ask me. It was funny because that conversation of, did you have a good time? How was your week or whatever, happened in front of Video Village. You know, the DP tent. I don't know if anybody knows like what the Video Village is or whatever, but there's the Video Village where the director and the producers
it's
are
where all the
watching.
monitors are, right?
Right,
Because the
right.
cameras are up there, but they wire into monitors that are
Right.
stand back, and that setup is called Video Village.
Right. And then next to that is the DP tent or whatever, where it's him and the lighting guys or whatever. They have like a tent where they're looking at a monitor so they can make it look perfect. So whatever pipes into Video Village is there. And then I remember being asked by like the EP of the show, like, so what'd you think? Did you have a good time? I said, this was awful. I'll never come back. This is terrible. I hated working with this guy, whatever. And then I turned around and realized I was talking right next to the tent where the DP heard everything. And he came up to me and he was like, all of a sudden, one of the nicest guy in the world, he's like, hey man, great working with you this week. I can't wait for you to come back. And I was like, I'm never working with you again. There's no way. You suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess this is a true answer. Maybe if I thought about it, I could have figured that out. But it's like, who sets the tone? The worst person in the area sets the tone.
Right. It really is true. And it's a trickle down effect. If people, I've worked on a show, if the person, the creator, the brains of the outfit, he can be a dick. He can be a jerk. He can expect too much. But if he knows what he wants, people feel more comfortable. If the person on top is a nice guy, you know, kind of a pushover or whatever, but doesn't know what he wants, everything falls apart. Because people are like going to go, well, I'm not getting any answers, so I'm going to make my own answers or whatever. People start, in a vacuum of no control, people start taking control. And it stops, and that's what was happening on this program, that the DP was like getting nothing from above, so he felt like, I'm going to take control. And so when the new guy came in and go, hey, it's my turn to take control, he was like, no, you don't know what I'm dealing with. We're taking control here. And it was like that. So trickle down effect. So if you ever become a showrunner of a show,
hey, and if anyone needs me to show run, I will show run. Right. I've done it before. Everyone loved it.
You know what you want. You know what you want. You know what the show is. You can even be not sure. But but don't let people know that. Just say it's a show that about red squares. Red squares. That's all you got to learn. Costumes, red squares. DP, red squares. Actors, act like a red square. That's it. Now they don't have to think. They can go, red squares, that doesn't mean anything, but I'll have to figure it out or whatever. But if somebody goes, what shape and color am I? And you go, I don't know. It's kind of like a square, but maybe a triangle with a little bit of blue in it, but yellow. Yellow's cool or whatever. They will fall apart and it won't be good. And it's the showrunner's fault. So say what you will about like what Dan does, and people will go, oh, it's hard, difficult, or whatever like that. He has always known what he wants and what the show is. And that's why we work really good together, because once I get that, I go, okay, it's Law and Order, boom. I will give you Law and Order. I will give you Law and Order. But if you went, I don't know, it's kind of like Law and Order, but also it's also like these other procedural shows or whatever, like that, give me something to focus on.
it gets into leadership, I think. And what leadership is about transmitting a vision to your crew, because no one necessarily knows what direction they're, that's why they call it director, but no one knows what direction they're going in. And everyone's going to try and have their own vision in their mind of what they think they should be doing. And it's your job to make such a clear vision clear to them that they understand exactly what they're talking about. And that means you have to be really precise with language. You have to have a good way of communicating your vision, because if everyone's moving in the right direction, it doesn't matter if someone's faster and someone's slower, even if someone's really bad, because they're being bad in the right direction. And that's always better than...
Don't waffle. Just go from your gut. Like if somebody goes, should this be left or right? Just go, it's right. And then when it doesn't work, he could go, something? Right. I said it was right. Seeing it like this, it's better if it's left. Or let's talk, or let you go to the DP, you go to the actor, you go to the lighting director and go, I don't know, I said right, but what do you think? Do you think it's left? I think it's left. Well, let's do left. What are we doing here? Let's do left. I mean, it's art is making mistakes and fixing them. It's a constant state of just getting something on the canvas and fixing it. And so, and the quicker you can make a decision, the more mistakes you can make, and the more solutions you can make too.
I've said this before on the show, but an editor that taught me a lot said that it's important that the editing room be a safe space to fail. And I think, collaboration and creation works best when it is safe to fail, when people will say, yeah, let's try it. And then are willing to say that didn't really work, but let's keep trying. It's not about wow, that was a terrible decision. You really fucked up.
There's an undo button too. There's nothing more frustrating when I'm talking to an editor that goes, yeah, that's not going to work. And I'll be like, yeah, you might be
just
right.
Try it. Yeah.
Try it. And it might lean to something else. And if it doesn't work at all, you got that Apple Z button right in front of you.
But also seeing how it fails helps you too. That helps you know what to do next.
Yeah.
Anyway. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to switch gears.
I'm just kind of fired up because I've gone through a lot in the last couple of years of going, do I want to keep on doing this or not? Or we just started Rick and Morty, and I missed the first week because of COVID, but I was back the second week this week, and it was so fun. It was so great. And I love the show so much, and I'm so lucky to be asked to be a part of it. And I just, I know the fans are very fickle, and they'll go, it wasn't as good as last season or whatever like that. But I'm going, look, guys, we are trying as hard as we can to make the best show on TV. We're 100% trying to, and it might disappoint you sometimes, but at least appreciate that we're trying to do something different as much as possible. Because it's 100 episodes. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. We want the show to evolve. We want the show to be challenge itself, still be funny. I mean, you're doing a comedy that is also incredibly good science fiction. It Rick and Morty is some of the best science fiction ever that has come out on television. And we take that very, very seriously. We want it to compete with X-Files and Doctor Who. We want it to be a great science fiction show on top of being incredibly hilarious too. So we're trying as hard as we can. So maybe give us a break a little bit.
Yeah, give them a break. This is a great show. We're doing a great job, but it's time to try soda. It's time to bring this very organic discussion to a screeching halt and just start chugging down soda.
What do you want to start with?
I want to start with these weird ones first. I think I gave you 2 weird ones and a Mountain Dew. Is that correct?
Yes, but the Mountain Dew is pretty weird.
Yeah, it is, but it's not foreign. And there's nothing weirder than things that aren't from America, baby.
Yeah.
What color do you want to try? We have these 2 colors. One is a very seafoam. Maybe I should have saved this for Callie, but but what speaks to you, the red or the blue?
This blue because of your shirt. I think
Mhm.
would be good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. Kate gave me a glass of ice because this was sitting in the car. So hopefully I can get it a little cool. So is yours cooled off?
Mine's not cold. It was not delivered cold. It was lukewarm, and I will be rating it. I will be, docking it points for being warm because
Right.
it's not my fault for not chilling it. It is its fault for not being cold when I have it in my hand right now.
What's
Does
the
that make sense?
backstory of this? This is Fanta, but it's from what is this? Is this?
I don't know. Kevin researches this stuff. Do you have any
This
answers,
is from
Kevin?
China. This
China
is
Fanta,
peach jasmine flavored.
but it's
Whoa.
blue.
That
Yes.
sounds awesome.
Jasmine, peach jasmine, and that's how you spell it. And
That's how you
it
spell
looks like glass cleaner. I poured it, so I got it out of here and I poured it in here. And this is my
Mhm.
glass.
It kind of
So-
smells like rubber erasers. Do you guys getting that?
Yes, I'm definitely getting that.
Rubber eraser.
Isn't
It
that a
might be the
weird?
bottle? It might somehow be the bottle.
Okay.
But
Might
yeah.
be about it. I'm not smelling that, but maybe that's the COVID.
So Kevin's giving
Okay,
it a taste.
Kevin, give it a taste. What do you think?
Oh, it tastes a little bit like glass cleaner, actually. It's very
It's the
cleansing.
floral note, right?
Yeah. Like it's perfumey, but not in a normally edible way.
It's not bad. It's not. I was expecting it to be bicarbonate. Is it carbonated? on
It's
your end?
undercarbonated.
Yeah.
All this soda's expired. It didn't
Yeah.
get to us expired, but we've had it for a long time, and it has since expired.
They
which
were
isn't-
weakly carbonated to start with, though.
Yeah, well, let's say that. Sure.
It's it's refreshing.
It's also
it
got
doesn't-
less calories. It's got 90 calories, which is less than normal, I think.
I'm not tasting any real sugar. I'm tasting a little bit of the peach. It's not bad. I was
love the
expecting.
peach.
Yeah, me too. I was expecting this to be awful tasting, just based on the color alone.
Yeah, I really like it. KFC has a peach flavored Mountain Dew, and it's kind of like a lighter version of that. Like the Mountain Dew that they have is very syrupy, and so it kind of is almost like nectarines and peaches and stuff are a syrupy
Yeah.
fruit, so it kind of works. But this is much lighter. Like you said, much more refreshing. And yeah, I don't know. What about you,
This
Kevin?
isn't bad.
Yeah, I like
if anybody at home listening wants to try this, these were sent to us by the really nice people from the Exotic Soda Company.
Oh,
They're not a sponsor. They just sent us a ton of stuff, and they also gave us a coupon code to give you guys. So if you go to exoticsodaco.com and enter the coupon that happens, you get 15% off your whole order.
ooh, get it. This isn't. I wouldn't say that I go, wow, this is perfect, but it's refreshing and nice. It's nice, and it's a weird color, so it's kind of mouthwashy looking, but it does not taste like mouthwash.
No, I like that it's this mouthwashy color. I like that it's kind of light. It's like a nice sip and drink. You can imagine like sipping it over a long
Yeah.
period of time.
do you
I'm
think?
digging it.
What do you think, Lolly?
Uh-oh.
What, Lolly? What do you think? Do you think? All right.
And Rob moved the camera to his dog for those listening. But yeah, I think it's good. We should move on to the next one.
The
I don't
fact
know.
that I'm finishing the glass should say something.
Yeah, for sure. That's the biggest test is if like we want to finish it or not. Like we had a 7-Up mojito. Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
I kind of like that too, but it was still fucking
Are we
weird.
going to Fanta?
Yeah, let's do the other Fanta. This one's in English.
twist.
I think it's from
It's from
Oh,
England.
made in Great Britain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you
No-
want to try
no
this one
hiss.
first?
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let me pour it in. Fanta.
Smells
I've
kind of tropical.
heard a lot about Fanta. I don't think I've had a Fanta, to be honest.
Well, Fanta's
Yeah.
not bad.
Fanta's
I
not
think it's
bad.
more popular abroad than in America.
Yeah.
It smells like squirt a little bit.
Pretty sure it was invented by the Germans because we stopped
Yeah, it does
selling
have a
them
squirt.
Coke during the WW2. So it's a Nazi beverage, I believe.
What is the fruit I'm tasting?
It
Little
has
bit
a
of
guava
orange.
in there. I
A
think
little
in the
bit of
picture.
orange, a little bit of peach. I'm tasting the peach. Again, not carbonated.
Passion fruit.
Yeah, I think it's passion fruit.
So orange, peach, apple, passion fruit seems like the main fruit juices that are added.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I think it kind of some things when they combine too many things, they get what I call a brown kind of taste, which I don't know if it's really brown, but it just means they kind of just muddle together into this kind of warm thing.
I wouldn't call it soda.
Yeah, no.
It's more of a juice, right?
And it has juice. It has 4% juice from concentrate. So that's going to be a lot more juice in a standard American soda for sure. But yeah, very juicy. Obviously, the light carbonation. This is a lighter carbonation than the other one. So, but yeah, I'm definitely not liking it as much, right?
I'm going to say it's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's the same.
I don't like the orange.
I'll finish it up.
I don't think the orange is bad or anything, but I don't really like the orange. I think it's a pretty strong note in there, and it kind of takes you away from I mean, it probably tastes worse without the orange, but I don't know, whatever.
So that was Fanta fruit twist. Not bad. It's not weird looking enough for me to want to buy it. I mean, it tastes probably as good as the other blue one. But it's not blue, you know. I kind of am interested in a drink that looks like it would taste terrible and is actually kind of refreshing.
Yeah, those are the funnest ones where we look at one and it's like yogurt.
This could be bad or whatever, but nothing's blowing my socks off. Like nothing's going like, oh wow.
Well, that's about to change, my friend. Because up next, we have Mountain Dew Purple Thunder, only available at Circle K brand stores.
I don't know if you know about it, but I'm a big Mountain Dew fan. I love Mountain Dew. This is like my cheat drink. Ooh, I got a hiss.
Oh, yeah. No, these are very carbonated. So do you like regular Mountain Dew? Have you tried
regular
the other ones?
Regular Mountain Dew. I would say Mountain Dew is the reason we have Heat Vision and Jack, because I was talking to my agent like back in 1999, and I was telling her, I think it's over with. I don't have any ideas. I don't have anything. Stiller wants a new idea. I don't have anything. And so I went home and I took 2 Excedrin and drank like one of those, not a 2-liter, but like just under a 2-liter of Mountain Dew. And I just wrote like the outline for Heat Vision and Jack, because I was just like, because it was like so much sugar and so much caffeine. And then I ran over by Harmon's house and I read it to him out loud, and he was laughing the whole time. And then he says, "We're writing that this weekend." So Mountain Dew is the reason why we have Heat Vision and Jack. Okay,
that's awesome. Schraub's Courier brought to you by Mountain Dew. So this is a very light purple, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, I thought it would be more syrupy.
Yeah, Mountain Dew has the pitch black, which is a standard grape flavor. It's a much darker color than this. This is a very light. It's one of the lighter kind of hues of dark colored Mountain Dew.
Not a lot of bubbles. This might be pretty flat.
It better not be. I'm gonna be pissed.
So Fanta is usually pretty bubbly, like 7-Up bubbly.
Yeah, from these. Yeah.
These been sitting around for a while. So
Exotic Soda Company is a great partner that we would never slander and have never slandered on the show.
No,
we've never insulted anything they've done.
This is a good taste
It's
test.
not. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. What did you say? Oh shit. Kate's
you want to taste it? Kate, come and taste it.
Okay, so Kate's gonna come in and taste.
Kate's gonna taste the Purple Thunder
Mountain Dew.
It's not carbonated, so it might be
with a blast.
Okay,
with a blast of berry plum.
I haven't tasted it.
It shouldn't
yet,
be flat. It's not flat. And she's trying it.
What do you think?
She has I would say, a
like
disgusted
it, but I'm scared
reaction.
of it 'cause I know how much sugar's in it.
Okay.
It's refreshing.
I'm not into it.
Schraub's not into it.
I'm not into it.
Is it carbonated though?
No, it's not. It doesn't taste syrupy. Like regular Mountain Dew, you can taste the sugar. The sugar is thick. It's like drinking maple syrup. What do you think
This
of that?
does have the same amount of sugar as Mountain
I think
Dew.
that might be my favorite.
It tastes like lychee.
What's that?
It's a cherry. It's like a weird. Well, that's not a cherry. It's cherry. It's
Kind
like
of a
weird.
grape flavored cherry. Yeah.
Yeah. But what about you, Kevin? You try the Purple Thunder?
Yeah, well, I had to go get it from a fountain because they didn't have any bottles of it left. So I poured a fountain into a glass container so it'd still be bubbly by the time I got here. But I think mine's a little bit more watered down than your guys' is a little bit just by color alone because mine's almost see-through.
Yeah,
But
I did that
mine
too,
is
but
a
it was
little bit
also
too.
watered down. Yeah, you have the ice, so
It doesn't taste enough like Mountain Dew, I think, for me.
It
You
doesn't
know,
taste anything
yes.
like Mountain Dew.
That's the
taste
problem.
Anything like Mountain Dew.
a lot of these flavors have Mountain Dew and then have another flavor, so they're like this twin flavor, but this doesn't have the dew. It just has the second flavor, which is kind of like a vague purpley. It's not grapey. It's
I don't taste the sugar. I don't
berry.
taste any sugar at all.
Well, you did have COVID, so
Oh shit,
know.
that's right. I had COVID. Can you hear? You can't hear any of it.
No.
You know, because I got.
well,
my headphones
to have
on.
Kate tell us what she thought of both of the sodas that she's tried.
Okay, what did you
compare and
think of-
contrast.
Both of the sodas. You took the purple, and then you took like the mouthwash.
I felt like this one was thicker. It had more of a syrup.
I
It
agree.
needed to be colder.
Mhm.
This one has too thin of a consistency. It doesn't taste like Mountain Dew.
Yep.
But it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's refreshing.
No, it's not bad.
Try the fruit twist Fanta. Can you hear Kate, or is the microphone?
Yeah, we can hear her pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. But
The
yeah, it's
smell
like
on this one.
it's a gross smell in my opinion.
one?
But the
It
purple
smells like
thunder
peach.
tastes kind of Gatorade.
No, this
to
one was
me.
peach.
But it is.
It does have peach, but it's more citrusy. That one,
Yeah.
the fruit twist.
I want bubbles.
Yeah, we don't got no bubbles. I think these been sitting in the case for too long.
Well, the purple thunder is really new, so I don't know, but I could buy it. This actually, my purple thunder bottle is also kind of light on the carbonation compared to
Yeah.
other Mountain
My-
Dews. So I don't know.
I would say number one.
That'd be number one for me too.
Number two, purple.
That's the purple mountain.
Number three.
And the
Interesting.
fruit twist coming in
Color
last.
wise, number one, number two, number three.
Purple's not a good soda drink color, I think.
No, the pitch black was a really dark purple. I think that works better. But this is like it's very clear. I think you want it to be darker or something.
Do you
I
think
don't
they
know.
just like went, oh, everybody keeps saying Mountain Dew looks like piss, so let's do other colors?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they've been getting a lot of Kate's do a good physical comedy. But they've been getting a lot of new flavors just for novelty and stuff, and I've been buying all of them. And I think that's their thing. We'll just flood the market with variants and stuff. I don't know.
I think Spencer's wired from all the shuggy.
Oh, I'm always wired. I'm either wired or depressed. Those are my two modes.
Same here. Same
Yeah.
here. We were talking about depression
Oh.
and
And then you start drinking the Mountain Dew and you feel all good now, huh? You're not going to sleep tonight if you drink all that.
And if you're listening to the podcast at home, more physical comedy is being had on the screen. And check out thathappenspod.com for all the videos, or shrubhopevideo.com to watch it live and understand these jokes. What is that sound? Oh, is she humping?
No, she's got something in her nose and she's like trying to.
Oh, she's like sneezing.
Yeah, that's kind of like there's something in her throat. She got like some dust in her throat or whatever.
God.
But that's
We're playing the sound, but we gotta leave. We gotta just stop. Okay, whatever. Rob, you have anything to plug?
tune in to Found Crap, and we're gonna hopefully
Hurry up! Plug faster, quick!
we're gonna show a bunch of stuff later, and I'll be back with another Cyberpunk Megazone hopefully next week, and love Schrab home video.
Nope, you're out of time. Sorry. We gotta cut that plug. We gotta delete it from the episode. It took too long. Yeah, I don't know. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/thesixler. I have Patreon, patreon.com/thesixler. Kevin, Rob covered everything, right? Is there anything else you want to cover?
Just check out shrubhomevideo.com every Sunday and watch all of us live. And if you are just listening to us and want to watch this episode, go to thathappenspod.com.
Oh, I have a Patreon, like I said, but I just, this, at the top of the month, I release stuff. And so I'm about to put out a release that's called The Ghost Bridge Collective. It's about a cannibalistic cult of ancestor worshippers. So if you like D&D stuff or you like creative stuff, check it out. It's good stuff. Schrab's pointing to his Cannibal Airlines shirt, but I'm talking, so the camera won't move to see him, unfortunately. But they've seen that the whole time. So, you get the idea from me saying that. I don't know. Thanks so much, guys. I don't know. Thanks so much, Rob. What a great episode. Thanks so much for coming on. It was great talking to you.
I love you. I love you, Spencer.
Is there, why not ruin this, right? I came over to your house to drop off these sodas, and I was talking to Kate and stuff, but you were like hiding inside. Were you just trying not to get me sick? I kind of felt like, oh, does he not want to talk to me? I was just curious.
No, I was being respectful of your worry of sickness.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you out or something. I was just like, oh, I figured that was probably it, but I was just feeling, I was like, oh, I hope Rob's not mad at me or something. So
never mad at you. I think you're the best.
Glad Rob's not mad at me. And, as always, we like to end the show with the exact same catchphrase every single time. So until next time, Rob's not mad at me. See you, folks.
Scarpins Avenue.